because be man na say oh no. Oh no. That's the plain simple words. Any day. Anyum ye dey.
Edin Serwaa yo.
No, me say anyum ye dey. What you say? Even 2019 na no worry. Odobroni no allegedly no. What grant interview no. Ewo and the dossier. What say the yire ba akope?
He said it.
What kai say the yire ba akope? It is a when you shameless. I can man what denounce you wa bontia denounce wa bontia so much. Akawu you know be ba pray ho. Amfo bi am pray ho. Ti me de Madam Akosua Serwaa Lumba had to die. Akosua Serwaa to walk free. Lumba had to suffer. Akosua Serwaa had to say almost sister so they didn't see anything growing up. It's what they say almost sister so they didn't see anything growing up. It's what they know is that you can be a side piece and be comfortable with it. But Oba so your bar no your bar no who fair Oba wadre dahwa. Why can't you also have your own man? It's a no. What yes, and then I saw some young girls on a TV station jubilating. So Akosua Serwaa is being humiliated. Beba mo so, beba mo maso. Amaye mo ya.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to News Arena. Most of you shout out myself. Subscribe to News Arena. Follow also social media handles News Arena on TikTok. News Arena. Send me a letter to Subiana being here. And for quickly, you better rushing to reaction more quickly. But myself notification bell and what you saw my send me a letter to Subiana being here. And send a call I if I say Sallyman so no yedi kan emfa Sumpa TV form or so embro the host on Sumpa show so no also ebe train ne na dance di bia so kire mami Akosua Serwaa say mami Akosua Serwaa on kana na kuma to ne yam ma no wor kra na nyame etanichi na obedi nkunim akwa yet say this support no come more ema mami Akosua Serwaa ma yentie decide na sana ya quickly into Sallyman so there so
baby aye mami wo bia me ohini ni amakrancha da so de mpesa me ka kire ni say onyame be kono ntokwa ama yeti oman a na abrampa ye de atro esisa no kure enkrofo se ni kun yale wa amagana na abrampa me matena brochire pen abrochire nkoda atete single parents maami etumi atena se atete ne ma wa brochire ono nko a atua mortgages edan ka Ghana for se wa nyan kola ne wo ama o man say ama ametena Ghana ametwe kuranti wa ya de bone onyame ehu na medie wonyame de bia wogina no kurechi etim pesa me ka ya maami Akosua Serwaa fosu se baby o bia onyame ebeko ama ne wo ye ni nyina ye die wonyame pe de maami Akosua Serwaa ye ni nyina eye die wonyame pe wo kata ni kumre yo so na abrampa obema bia nya obema bo enipa bia wo ne mre yo it is said another the Lumba tie bia no maami we ye te se Abigail yantina no kasa da ohunu di bia na ni ku ni kuta ene wo kata ni kumre yo so just it yes ye no so aye bone a onyame ebeko
for quickly no yan rush enko Sallyman so na Sallyman asema o kan ni tintini ni tieti anyina ne say Sallyman e kirem say ono no ye ne depan say that sebi daddy Lumba with him. I was shocked. The other kirem nyina ne say o see that Lumba a thorn in mami Akosua Serwaa's flesh. Say that Lumba oti ase nyina no say na otete that Lumba mami Akosua Serwaa that Lumba like allegedly no otete mami Akosua Serwaa na ohaha no like and mami Akosua Serwaa so akwakoye obi a like Akoye say ono boa that Lumba ne career no so no he was also a part and parcel of that Lumba ne career no mu no now no so no akoye say no anasa odo na ono so woma that Lumba ne tiase a ote ase e ma that Lumba ntino e ne ma na tiase ma no na o chem say anka ono pa anka ono kropo de anka obest step aside ama odo broni saka odo broni en step ono nkwa onye bibia na mum kama eni ne bedi na o chem krasep you better video no. Now Chem Krase, or say, a verdict I buy court or court, Kumasi court, judge Chilemu say. I document a mammy Akosua presenting which him say, a document on it that Lumba or my warrior or Germany no, which him say, no, a Bruni Diano dear, or my jantum, now so before the idea, or my jantum, send a bear, Mammy Munui, or combat me. Approve your mummy no say omuya that Lumba ne yiremo na Sallyman actually say it was a wrong verdict or James say on jintum on jintum ne na jintum na so akwakoye say allegedly biomo say onu chem say akwakoye say corrupted African countries bimo number 1 bimo yeso ye team intino akwakoye say bibia etimi si ema etimi GBB edima obi wabra ade no krapo enya nipa ne de kra etimi gima no adofo ma enti Sallyman me cho say ube subscribe to new Serwaa G say belete susubia do be behwe o kasati tintimpa so so be popcorn na wetie Sallyman wa onim say Sallyman start kasa dia enye ne ma go tie Sallyman no maso
comment na bo say Lumba ire ba pa bie na no abeka ne wo famu de akire Ghana wo ho anka manfo ho bejo na nipa bebre be ferry what they are supporting. So in Dèath, I am the wife, and you don't want to agree to this, sister? Kasayenti.
Oh, and then you're like, why very emotional, and I completely understand that. Okay, I say Baha. I think it's a Thursday, mboa. Say I say
yeah. Baha Thursday, and you be doing come up before the judgment.
Yeah, trend verdict, and I'm a verdict, but verdict na anya no kware. To say they all come here some na. Embrano enipa na hyehyɛ nti when it's time to shoot the narrative betimi a twist it amana save and a shoot your narrative but one thing and them per se yenya consolation if you say I'm glad Lumba died.
Tell us why.
First pa no na me so what na Lumba wu but I'm glad say papa na wu. Say beya, Mami Akosua Serwaa benya ne peace of mind. Lumba died so that the woman can actually see herself again as a woman. Because he was a constant reminder of the sacrifices and the pain I know I go through. No, it is a no. That's when you be I say you don't see the pain. Time no pain no will go. It's immediate. I sit here and I say, I'm glad he died. And I'm glad he suffered before he died. Because no one can say why they also a bray. Or like 15 years. Say, why won't you suffer?
But must you say that?
I am saying
for
that.
For the sufferation part.
No. He needed to go through that because you see, you can't cause people pain and expect to say, what you say, we will be okay. You can't cause people pain and expect that you'll be fine. Because from every indication, your system, your tradition, near dear no, and boa warrior. Hima, and boa warrior in a sense to say, why a traditional marriage in a no? Because say, Titino, and I yet na hono. Bema meboa. Ba no akonebusia ho akoye investigation ahwe say yare owo ana edawo nyama bia wo mu ansa said your ba ne sitie na wo ba waka say oh mehu flower bi ofie ha ana mpesa me yedai me plugge the fact is say o hwe mba nyina wo wiase nyina no ba wo hima wo do adno no e kire say waka wona akoma mu say obey dedicated to you. That's what it means. It's whether traditionally whether legally Obia warrior, no woman, born of a woman, has the right to obeka so oba kotare ho. Obia justify, court to justify, say, traditionally, or warrior in the 90, like, or warrior in 2010. Bayenhwe. E be ne ware Madam Akosua Serwaa. E ware 1991. It's 19 years after the marriage. Now cry better home. Why are we not talking about that? Why are we not talking about say you so wrong to say or be a worry? No, why are we not talking about that? But rather no, I say Endra Dazi TV I think guy na well channel na yene Diana no or interview lawyer Kusino.
Okay.
He says something say everybody is looking at the half of their glass.
Yes.
What I say?
Yes.
But a formula in Swani France, Ushieguma, a Shiegua Sia na half, nobody is looking at that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so profound. Say, boy, need to be nyasa Jenica. We are looking at and Swan half na bedroom. Now down no son a bedroom half for the swear. What are we talking about it? Why are we not talking about that? Because if we baby, ne bedroom baby. 90 years of sacrifice. Utien kofo semwa. Oni da di Lumba nyana na eye nkrata. Na so se Lumba adwum boninti ne nkrata no sa anyeye. Anyeye mo betena Ghana. Obetena Ghana sister ni nya ne de. No de be ware o. Ko no Nyankopɔ pɛ se wo kire ne se. Wonye ni papa. Eti ese oba ne boa no humiliate no. Also oba ne boa na humiliate no. How can you so be a ware o? What kind of wasem? There's no single and you my year bar a bar woman. Akosua Serwaa first. There's no new. It is hard na wo ye ni nyase na wo pra no wo dem. No shada be bonum wo abonte for us to see say you are a good husband. You deserve to die. E wona Lumba ewu no. E wo so wu. Na Akosua Serwaa enya liberation. Because maame no sister, who was suffer. Who you said now no ya 3 days ago. Me call me uncle ho. Say Lumba kwa osabe di. Me cousin. Echi. I know person me cousin the cry woman.
102.9.
What you say that was his lifestyle. That was the person that he was. By a shielding. All because say Akosua Serwaa who say he was her investment. It won't be cancer and say investment. That was her greatest mistake. That was some many greatest mistake. And oba me catch say a tradition any idea no. I fail ye. Ko bema ko chiti said your boss oh bema dear and what's what no baba ko bema dear sano yakupo bo bema so won chiti. E he for the bar say Adam chiti ye. Onyakupo bo ba ni bema. So what are you talking about?
I know the man Becca said how I pen the Ohundra.
Hello, tia. Sano Nyakupo bono.
That's what they would say though.
Sano Nyakupo bono. Ano Nyakupo ma Adam die. No yin and fe empario. Ano de ye de or the bo Eve. Eti be me bia be wari oba. Bibi free wo ho. Sano wa wari oba no. Eti oba de say who holding in high esteem. The fact that we are not talking about the 19 years will be better. That is where the challenge is. That is where the challenge is. I mean, many Madam Akosua Serwaa. I come mensa. Every be broni. If you say no, the happiness and they say all cause another woman pain. That's what she thrives on. It's a me mama no. Can you remember? What I say? Me mofra dear of. A friend say age. On person take a decision to come. But me, remember, in fact, a Japadian don't me ban man for man. But they made in the brain you're coming for the crown contest. One fa
really?
Yes, and I wouldn't. You know why? Because bear man and they say oh no. Oh no. That's the plain simple words. Any day. No, Missy, what I say, even 2019, and wa worry. Odobroni no allegedly no. What grantee interview no. And the dossier. What said the year back?
He said
what kind said the year back? It is a when you're shameless. I can man what denounce you wa bontia so much. Akawu, you know be pray home. And for be and pray home. To me, dear, Madam Akosua Serwaa, Lumba had to die. But Akosua Serwaa to walk free. Lumba had to suffer. But Akosua Serwaa had to go to say a kuno allegedly. See me and call he deserved everything that was done to him that day.
considerate.
No, I'm not considerate. Lumba has never been considerate of the feelings of Emma. He has never been considerate of Emma. Sesame Kasache Okwen, on the Sati to go, and Kofuasum say, na warrior no court, no, nay fake. Say one, Bema Okopo bar, Okope vagina room.
Men are capable.
Bema Okope vagina, as young as 60, 70 room.
The answers are okay.
Rebecca be where we are say. No, by Jimmy for no so be found so no. Now so what GD. Or banner with Jimmy, what do you know what from no? Now so what GD. And I wouldn't a woman, now wouldn't a woman, and I wouldn't me say, put him say verdict in the buy, you know. Verdict in the buy, you know, him and go for a frame. Said don't know, we said the advocacy people were actually listening.
Yeah, very well. And majority of the people wanted the other side.
Exactly.
Or they wanted a different.
Exactly.
I mean, like decision, I don't know why.
Me say
it a few people
because
majority of the people were all waiting to hear that Akosua Serwaa the wishes is granted, glorified as the wife.
All the people that are supporting a friend is Akosua Serwaa, Odobro.
Even Omukra as a man undercover because they are ashamed of what they are supporting. Any moral ground, any moral basis.
They didn't see better. Those people supporting Odobro, in their homes, they never saw better. What I say? It does so my mamenum, Edin Krofo Kunumechi. And I say, what I say, almost sistanum. So they didn't see anything growing up. And what they know is that you can be a side piece and be comfortable with it. But Oba, so your bar. No, your ban on where fair or bar what why can't you also have your own man? It's a moment and then I saw some young girls on a TV station jubilating. Akosua Serwaa is being humiliated. Beba mo so, beba mo maso. Amaye mo ya.
Ubenya betu denye duabo.
Ebeba mo so.
Da weni mo twa.
What I say, and there are certain people that are same way by ya. I'm cool with them. I'm beginning to question, say whether or not I should ever associate be cool with them. Because me foundation in a Bible-based principle. Na me de tena we ase. It will be a based in Ibeno. You can never be my friend. And I was questioning somebody that said, I don't a side chick, because the way that the person spoke, I thought that the person was a level-headed person. What I say, who say, but if the other person is not seeing better. If you want to papa, funny mammy, it won't. Papa biya day.
Say and the sad part of it, you're normalizing Myanmar can yes. You know, but I'm not surprised that people die too young.
Of course.
What a shock. Young girl, 23 years, 31, 27,
because of Sanya.
Unfortunately, when they die, they don't come back to tell. If you are a foot
what's I say?
And I'm sure it is because on social media, from the courts and our grounds, and I hear people saying that, hey, this time, of course,
it's not a Bible can. Bible can say, yeah. People are heartless. Just a to the bad dia, obe feel it. But a to be an ordinary idea. One idea obe feel it. So I want Madam Akosua Serwaa to take consolation from the fact, say, the man died so that she can live a peaceful life. Because what men build you be. What I say?
Yeah.
Na so anani bibi. The family ni betray Akosua Serwaa. The family members ni including Mama Noa, sister Noa, a friend say Enesina, including her Akosua Brempoma, because revelations be a buyer Noa. What I say? Almost so normalize it. Say, oh, side chick is you better me the nakasa.
And of course, would you say whoever that is supporting the other side, have something to gain?
Yeah.
But the rightful woman,
yes,
so supporting her, rightfully now, so she decides to give you something or not.
Yeah.
But here the lady knows that no.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, you more lobby.
Yep.
Now Amana Sabe, you're waiting us. Yep. A percentage.
Yes.
One more bed. So I'm not surprised.
Thankfully, Omomudi Odobroni China so no. Ye Jeja womo because of Subam Pony. Asha was sem. Almost said omo vagina come mema. Almost so yeah, omo nyina no enim guase taretare omo vagina e jare wo mo. Enti how would they know better? How would they know better? They wouldn't. What I say, and me, one of the things growing up say, me making me who say, obi owokunu. Why say me who say or the same na me who no matter baby I met drew because it downplays the principle and me uphold it downplays it. It is a one what bakono di wa so kra no a what it person me say later you got to know and what you got to know no what did you do with it. It's Ohima Lumba had to die for Akosua Serwaa to be liberated. Lumba had to die. Say be Akosua Serwaa and who pain I want who for almost 30-something years of in a life for no. I want her to take consolation because when baby Andra Aisha Modi. Is it Aisha Modi, right?
Yeah, Aisha Modi. She loves Starboy.
Yes. She says something for the first time.
I realized people commented and said, no, for the first time, yes. She love is making a lot of positive.
Because what she said, they say who couldn't break the sanctity, right? Yeah. Sanctity of your marriage. Yeah. Constantly. What you say, no, the baba, at the point, you know, you will say, your baby are on ye.
What brand?
On ye.
Even though, you don't bother much about what.
Because said you sit here, say, would you
it will not be worth it.
It concentrate on your kids. And I feel, say, Aisha couldn't have put everything that you said.
Sister. Must we say a man or mobile trainer or munti a janumuja ye? Now your mommy had to suffer alone.
I tell you, single parents
and all that.
Yes.
Now your papa no chele at the time. Obefa ma 1 2 3 ni bia be woni ade. Now say later about Bedru say the title kekeo, this one that we are talking, it not be anything. It be just the title as a woman who has stood over the years as a wife, gone through all the challenges our rear your film. Obi awari bia related to what we are discussing. I just obi awari
any baby mamas, no.
Of course, they don't have that.
They don't exactly.
They don't.
Because they are okay.
So arguments, no. It is because they have not experienced it. They have not. If they have, they would understand Akosua Serwaa. They would and they will not just make unnecessary condemnation.
Okay, in the other 400 million Bessian, and I besi no one that I say, News Arena GH Day and Jamukwa. God First Empire for Edisumo. God First Empire, see, we are specialists in computer repairs, phone repairs, BBM, Windows installation, live events streaming. No person streaming events, church program, person broadcasting like it says here television, broadcasting conference, business and office conference. Be broadcasting or TV sumamu like. Na obi abehwe bi conference hall and answer baby ano but omo contact God First Empire for omo very specialist in all those things upe so omo training obi ma okra poso a omo so obetumi training ma but you contact News Arena GH for 02086345509 02086345509 and 02090347270 020903770 but you contact God First Empire for number sumusumpa adofo hadamdi messie. Mr. Say subscribe to News Arena J. Follow all social media handles on News Arena J, on TikTok News Arena J, on Trends News Arena J, on Facebook News Arena J. Baby News Arena J. Say be latest news biano. We are here. Most for panic shout us abandon India. My camera for now. Burn it to school wait time please. Now that's what's gonna be latest news biano. We are here. Most for panic shout. My camera for now.